So yesterday was not a very productive day. Basically, I was just going through making a lumber list and drew a hand-drawn sketch of the house to get an idea on window dimensions um, for the front wall. So I want to change it from one window in the middle to two separate windows on the sides and whatnot. So kind of laying that out and going through inside, looking everything over, planning all the lumber lists and whatnot, and then went back. I attempted to help my buddy with his washing machine at his house, but I think it's a bad pump, so wasn't able to help much there up in Reading, and then went up to Manchester, met my brother up there at Home Depot, and he helped me load a bunch of lumber in the truck. I got 16 sheets of 3/4 inch subfloor boards and a bunch of 16-foot pieces of pressure treated, and those 2x6s and a bunch of 2x10s for the rim joist and whatnot. I still have to go back and buy all the 2x6s for the walls and whatnot, but we were there right up until closing. They basically kicking us out at 10 o'clock. And that particular one, all the 2x6x8s were like, it was almost a whole pallet of them that was all restacked, all twisted trash. So couldn't grab any last night there anyway. I'll hit a different one today, but didn't have room on the truck anyway. So I'll get this unloaded today, do a little more prep work for tomorrow. Again, my brother's supposed to be out tomorrow with his helper, actually, to help replace the front wall. Hopefully that all goes smooth. He thinks we can wrap it up in one day. That would be pretty awesome. And yeah, so one funny thing with the truck here is, since I got this truck and it had a cap on it, I never followed through and got ladder racks for it. My last truck had a longer bed. This one's only a 5.5 foot bed, and the cap is very handy for everything I do, with like picking up motors and transmissions and, you know, just all stuff you want to keep out of the elements, or like keeping tools in the back all the time, and equipment tow straps, jump cables, and all that stuff that a handy guy like me keeps in his truck for all the random occasions where you get a chance to help somebody. So like, I didn't want to lose the cap for a ladder rack, but then it's only a 5.5 foot bed, so if you put a ladder rack on there and you're getting 16-foot boards, it's kind of ridiculous how far they hang off the back and banana around. So this is what I do now. It's what I did one day when I needed to grab some stuff for the old house, and it worked, and I just been doing it. So basically I just have a couple of pieces of, this is like anti-fatigue mat. I just cut a couple of strips of that, throw down a piece there. There's another piece squished under here. You can't see that one. And then there's another one about 3/4 of the way underneath this one. And I just run a strap through the inside, and then one down beside, and then I run another one down beside the bed, in front of the bed, down to the frame rail. And then another one up through there, and down and over, and I tie it right into this. And then these are strapped in down there. And as you look, we definitely couldn't fit any more plywood in. As it was, we had to wedge it in by there on both sides. And that's 16 sheets of 3/4, all resting on the latches and the pins that are holding the tailgate. And it held up. It may never be the same, but it held up. So now I'm going to work on getting that unloaded, find a place to put it for right now, and do a couple of things around here, and then go get another pile of lumber tonight and be back here in the morning for tomorrow's chaos. So I'll do a little recording today. I don't know what's going to be in it, but let's see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying this weather. Jeez, it's been awesome lately. This is like absolutely inspiring weather. We'll take it. So I just added another jack down in the basement on one corner of the wall. I'll show you upstairs in a minute. See where we're standing in the basement at the moment is one of our old screw jacks. Those things are awesome. And then strung back up through the floor and upstairs. Same here. Another one there with a strung back. And now this is the last one I just made, going up all the way up to that beam we put in. Go back upstairs. This is where we added that last one here to this, and this is that whole jacking board that I put up there. And if you look, you can see how much of an angle that board is there, and that gap on that side. That's because this board is touching on this board here, and that's what's actually holding the roof up, and that other side of the roof over there ties into this. So we're jacking that whole thing, and essentially with that air gap right there, you can see we took the weight off of this whole front wall, which we're taking out this whole front wall here. So yeah, it's progress. Keep moving on. I'm gonna probably finally see if I can do what I was planning out here, is get this jack now, which I didn't get done yesterday. I think that's what I'm doing anyway. We'll see. Check back in a while. That's it. I had a board across the top, propped up to a couple of the rafters there and over there, and then down to the floor. And see right there, there's a gap in there now. That's how much I raised it. So now all this is free floating. This can just be ripped down. So those jack points are a victory today. Some of the lumber's a victory today. And I'll see if I can get something else done now. But then I still have to, on the way home, I gotta get all the rest of the lumber that I'm gonna need to frame the whole wall and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I'll see it. I'm probably gonna grab the tractor and just give that stump one more poke now that it's thawed out a little more. But probably ain't gonna get anywhere. But we'll see. Well, no word of a lie. I've been digging at that stump for probably close to 2 hours right now. And like finding another root and ripping it and another root and ripping it and slowly like finding another one and another one. And then got to the point where like I could see the stump move just the tiniest little bit. It was just like, you could see a little tiny shift in it. Kept pulling at it, pulling from this way, digging from that way, digging from that way. And then it got to the point where it was moving about probably 3 inches and it wouldn't progress any further. Started digging, and it just finally broke free. Like, that's a victory moment. Like, that was a good one. That's probably a 10-inch diameter tree with a ton of roots. And yeah, this is it. I'm happy. That was a victorious one. Yeah, because that one was right outside the corner here. So, you look, the root ball's pretty big. And just roots everywhere, just ripping up a piece and a piece and a piece. And another one and another one. And this is the last one here. It's going right across the front. You can see the ground moving all the way over there in front of the door. Victory is mine! I'm gonna go dump this thing in the corner somewhere. Dig out some of these rocks, put them in the rock pile, push some of it back in. Then I'm calling it a day. And now I have to go to Home Depot. Well, calling it a day here. Going to Home Depot and getting all the lumber I need for tomorrow's adventures. Hopefully this is just the start of how good tomorrow's going to go. So I'll check in when I'm leaving probably. Thanks for watching. Well, that was it for today. Got that big stump out, dug up another stump, and once I got that dug up, I had a couple of visitors today. Always good seeing you guys. So that was good, and I just called it at that point because it's pitch black out now. So now it's 7:35, leaving the house, and I go hit the local Home Depot, and hopefully they have the lumber I need and get that loaded up, drive to Manchester, crash out, and try and get back here early tomorrow, and hopefully everybody shows up. And if so, tomorrow should be a pretty good milestone of a day. So keep your fingers crossed for me that everything goes smooth and no surprises. But anyway, hope you guys had a good week, and I hope you guys have something good planned for the weekend. I think tomorrow's weather is going to be awesome, so get out there and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome as usual.